Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I am Dena, and this is Discussions with Dena. I want to welcome you today, and I hope that everybody can hear me clearly. Of course, I'm always having errors because I am in the country, so deal with me, bear with me. Okay, today's discussion is just random. We're going to be chatting about a lot of the stuff that are in social media, what's going on in the news and all around us. I want to invite you to join in the chat. You can call me at 478 227 2857, or you can email me at discussionswithdena@gmail.com, or just talk with me in the chat. I'm right here. You can also tweet with me on Twitter at Dena Discussions. You can talk with me on Instagram, Discussions with Dena, or you can friend me on Facebook at Discussions with Dena. I am here. Okay, there has been a lot of stuff in the news. There's been a lot of stuff around social media, and I just wanted to speak my opinion on some of the stuff that I am seeing and hearing. Let me give a big shout out to Nikki, Justice on the Run. She's my ride or die sister. Hi, Nikki. I just wanted to give her some props. She's a good sister. And we have chatted it up on social media for quite some time. And there are a lot of stuff that she and I see and speak on that's on social media that many people don't bother, or they hold back because they don't want to be put into a category, or some people are just scared. Let's just be honest. But today we get an opportunity to just chat about anything that's in the news. Three things in particular that I wanted to speak upon. One being the Lonnie Love situation, and then there's the what's his name, Mike Tyson. Then there's Lizzo. Those are just three things that were of interest to me, and I just had an opinion on it, and I wanted to share it. If you want to share yours, feel free to do that. You can call me at 478-227-2857. I'm here to listen to you. Now, what I have been observing lately is a lot of information on Lizzo and Lonnie Love. And I just wanted to say, this is a trip, what I'm seeing. Lonnie Love in particular, I think she made a statement on The Real. And I'm not going to quote it verbatim because I don't watch The Real. I don't. But I see that a lot of black men found what she said offensive. And I've read some of it. But I didn't see I see a big hoopla, but it was just, to me, just a lot to do about nothing, because I think our sister Lonnie is just lonely. I think she wants a black man, but I do believe that that person hasn't come into her life yet. and she's feeling a certain way. Now, I wanted to kind of go over what it is that she said before I speak completely to it. But I'm just going to speak on what I thought she said or what I interpreted. I think she was talking about black men cheating. And I think she mentioned wealthy. I'm trying to find it on my little device here so that I won't misquote Miss Lonnie. But I think what she talked about was a fair subject, and I think it's okay for us to speak on it. We should speak on it. Speak about what she said. Because today it's necessary. We have a lot of black women that are lonely. They want men. They want black men. And she spoke about them cheating, and that was a behavior that was learned from slavery. And I know Willie D went in on her and a lot of other people. And I even heard insulting her, calling her, saying that she weighs 900 pounds, all kind of nonsense. But I don't think we kind of analyzed what she was saying. I think Lonnie Love is just like the rest of us black women. I think she wants love. And she wants it from a black man, but she's having to accept it from the man that she's with. I personally, and this is just my opinion, you can have an opinion of your own, and I accept that. I think we want black men. But black men at this time, I think their mind, some of them, and I'm not speaking to all black men because I got a wonderful black man, but I think some of our men are victims of propaganda and they don't even realize it. They don't understand that Lonnie Love wants a black man, but she hasn't found one that has reached her standards. Oh, she was speaking on Kevin Hart, Nikki. Oh, but when she talked about black men cheating, I don't think that all black men cheat, but I think most black men cheat. Guilty, because when I think about relationships and I look at my own and I look at my family members, friends, and I have a lot of sisters. And some of our biggest things that we deal with are our men that are sometimes unfaithful and not loyal. My husband hasn't cheated. He better not if he know what's good for him. But we can't deny that this is big. This is something that does occur within our community. And not that women don't cheat, because usually who are they cheating with? However, I think she mentioned it being about people with men with money, in particular, black men with money cheating. But we have to digest some of what she said. You don't think black men are checking for Lonnie, Nikki? I think there are a lot of men that will find Lonnie attractive. Because I hear people always talking about black women's weight. But you know, when me and my husband when we are out and about, I see a lot of big, beautiful black women with black men. And I say all the time when I'm reading social media and seeing these people responding, and I'm saying, maybe they're not seeing what I'm seeing, but I see a lot of overweight black women, and they got some men, honey. They got black men. And I think black men, you like black women, but now you have this mindset that you're trying to go with these other people who have told you or given you an idea of what beauty is supposed to be. Cause Lonnie's not ugly to me. I'm sorry. Lizzo is not ugly to me. People are talking about their weight, but they forget these are black women. And then sometimes, anybody ever wonder why it's okay to diss black fat women? I mean, sometimes that stuff is deep. But back to what she said. I want us to take an honest analysis of what she said. Do our men cheat a lot? Or do men in general cheat a lot? I don't think that black men cheat any more than white men, but I do think those with money cheat more. I think that the rappers, those athletes, all of these entertainers who are big and very rich, they feel like it's their duty. It's it's just what they do. How many times have you read or heard about someone or a black man that has two, three baby mamas? And these are people that are rich. I mean, really, really rich. And so we can't just say, I don't dismiss everything she said. I don't like how she said it. But I can't say that she's completely wrong. I want Lonnie to be happy. I want her to find Mr. Right, and I would prefer, because I am pro-black, regardless of what anybody thinks, I want her to be with a black man, but it's up to Lonnie what she does. But I know she has to be lonely because she's wanted a man for a long time. Black women deserve good black men. And I'm sure Lonnie is on a different level, Nikki. She may very well be. She is. She may very well be, but I guarantee you, Lonnie's desire for a man and to be with a black man is much the same. Because Lonnie, I mean, she's to me, I've seen her before. I think she blew up. And Lonnie was talking about wanting a man then. It's just a desire among us. We want good black men, but we want loyal men. We want men that will commit to us. And I don't think that's much to ask. It's just not much for us to ask that men be loyal to us. But I think today our men they have the mentality that they have to get with non-black women because it's like a fad. But we like black men. We just want you to be men. We don't want you to be subservient to anybody else. And we want you to be loyal. I think that's at the root of it. I really don't think Lonnie intended to insult black men. But sometimes when you are in an environment and that is all you see and that is all that's put in front of you, you will tend to think that that's normal or acceptable behavior, but I don't feel that way. I think Lonnie, there's someone out there for Lonnie. And if Lonnie is happy, I'm happy for you. But I'm guilty. I think black people should be with black people. But like I said, that's my opinion. Now, I was reading an interesting article about Mike Tyson on the internet. And I did say interesting because he made a comment. And what he said was, what it is, he needs his wife and wonders why his children don't like black kids. That's something we all need to examine as well. Why don't he? If you got black children and your black children don't like black people, you got a problem. And perhaps you are part of the problem. Now, he did admit that his cheating and his behavior could have been a reason why they chose people that weren't black. I think it's more to it than that. I truly do. I think Mike Tyson is no different from the rest of the black men who choose non-black women. And I've written that because that's what I believe. I believe that we make excuses and we make justifications. And I think it's just deeply rooted in self-hate. And sometimes we do stuff subconsciously. So that self-hate that I speak of is embedded in us. It's deep down within us. And sometimes you can do stuff because it's programmed into you. You don't necessarily no, you're not necessarily aware. It's just there. And I think as a part of breaking and destroying the black man and the black family, that this was a part of it. I think our oppressors use this mental propaganda from what we see on TV, what we see in magazines, and I think that it has gotten so deeply into the subconscious of black men that they're seeking out non-black women, and they think it's normal, but that's not normal, because I think you're aiding your own self annihilation. And if it is continued, I do believe that you will breed yourselves out. Now, I don't think that we should just automatically assume because he cheated, because like I've said before, men have always cheated. White men have cheated and do cheat. Ooh, Lord, do they cheat. But anyway, and they cheated and raped and so forth. But I don't think we can just say, he should just say simply because he was a cheater, this deterred his children from marrying and dating or liking black people. That's something having to do with his behavior and choices that he made, true enough, but that's something that's deeply rooted within him. And I feel like if you're black and you love a black person, I just couldn't imagine myself with anyone other than a black person. That's me. But I think black love does have to be revolutionary. You have to be committed to loving and being loyal to not only the person that you commit to, but I believe in being committed to my race of people. And I don't think that's racist. And I don't think anything is wrong with that. I don't think he understands the true reason that his children, or he feels that way. I really don't think he understands that. I see that that stream is not going well, but I'm still recording. Now, he wonders why his children don't like black people or don't like black children. If you got black children and they don't like them other black children, if they have a problem with you, have a problem. You have failed your children. It's common today, but there is a way to stop this kind of behavior. We have to practice self-love and acceptance. I know it is pushed anytime you turn on the TV, interracial couples. And I'm not hating on interracial couples, but I happen to love my own black people, and that don't mean I hate you. But I am for the black woman, the black man, and the black child. I love to see that. There's nothing more beautiful to me than seeing a black family. Good afternoon, back to love. How are you? It is something that I think we have to be wise with, because if we don't wake up, if we keep marrying and procreating with non-black people, we're gonna eventually be dismissed from the planet, because there won't be any more of us. And I understand about the recessive and the dominant, but have you ever seen what happens to some of these celebrities when they choose non-black mates and they have babies, and those babies go and procreate with other non-black people? Eventually, you don't even recognize those people anymore that they originally came from. So even though that black is dominant, you can breed it out. It doesn't take but, what is it, two generations? Two generations? And you're back to white. So black to black on black love has to be revolutionary. You have to be able to commit. We have to rebuild the entire black family, because I'm looking around and I'm hearing some of the strangest information coming from youngsters, our black youth. They're not interested in their own black history, and they seem to not care about furthering the black nation of people. And the question is why? Ask yourself why. And I often say, have we failed our little children? Should we be doing more ourselves? And I think we should. I think we should. We're going to have to practice love and just amongst ourselves, loving ourselves and accepting ourselves. It's so difficult. Yes, Nikki, we're going to wipe ourselves out eventually. That's what is going to happen. And I have no problem with any other race of people that are trying to keep themselves alive. It is us that need to practice this. You're not wrong for loving another black person and saying I choose my own people to mate with. You're not wrong. We're the only people that carry that stigma. Any other person can say, I want to see my seed continue. They're not racist. That's not a racist comment. Muchacha 25, what's up, sister? Good afternoon. How are you? I just want to encourage us because I don't want to see black gone. I love my blackness, and yes, I am a victim of self-hate just as everyone else have been conditioned to be. But you have to fight that stigma. You have to say, I accept myself regardless of what anyone else think of me. I like this blackness now. And some people might even see that as a bit of arrogance. I hope it is not taken that way because that's certainly not my intention. But I love my blackness now. I understand who I am and why I'm here and how I got here. And now I just accept me, and I invite everybody else to do the same. And we have to look at our black people and see them in a loving manner. We have to accept them. And I don't care if they're lighter, if they're darker. Those are my people. You are my people, and I love you, black people. And I want to see us be successful. We need to build, and we need to build strong black families. Strong black families are black men and black women making black children. Simple as that. And I'm not hating on any other group. Just let me emphasize that. Now, the other story that I have seen in the news is this story with Lizzo. And like I said, a lot of that stuff I personally don't go and seek out, but I'll see it come across, and I'll see some of the comments when I'm chatting with others. And it always amazes me, some of the comments that we say as black folks. And it shows me that we have been hurted and that we're still being led like sheep. Now, Lizzo, we can't deny, Lizzo has been exhibiting some very bad behavior. She's been exposing a lot of and so I wanted to speak to that because before I saw Lizzo, I heard her music. And when I heard her music, it was funny to me what she was saying, and I thought it was cute, and I would vibe along to it. And I just liked it, and I would tell my husband, this is what I told my husband, and he'll tell you. I said, I wonder is that some white girl trying to pretend like she's black. I said, but the song was kind of funny. It was Truth Hurts. And I kind of liked it. I would hum it. And so I said, okay. I didn't see Lizzo for months. And as a matter of fact, I remember when I first saw her, there was this fat black lady on the, what's that award show? It looked like a cake or something she came out of. And I said, who is that? And they kept saying Lizzo. And I said, who is Lizzo? And I didn't know who Lizzo was. But I was singing her songs all along, and I didn't know. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to let my babies sing those songs, some of those songs and lyrics. But I would sing those songs. And then I found out that was the Lizzo. I thought Lizzo was a rapper. But this person that was singing Truth Hurts, it wasn't much It wasn't much rap to me. And I just thought it was a catchy little beat. But anyway, when I saw Lizzo and she was singing on that, I don't know if that was Soul Train Awards or what. But I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing her thing. But I was saying she needed on clothes. That was my honest opinion. She needed to put on some clothes. Yeah, it did sound like a white song. And I'll be, why men grape? And I'm just humming along. I didn't know that was Lizzo. But when I saw Lizzo, I told my husband, and he will tell you, I said, this girl, I like her vibe. I didn't like her nudity. But I said, oh, she's going to get a lot of crap. I can tell you now because she's black. She's a black, fat woman, and she's half naked. Now, I don't like Lizzo's behavior, but I do like her music. I'm guilty. But Lizzo, I do think she should keep it, her look, clean. But I'm not hating on Lizzo for loving herself. Lizzo is a plus size woman. But I still like Lizzo. I don't like her vulgar language. I saw that she commented on Jillian. And that language, honey, no. But I did like her music, and I still sing some of it. And then I was listening to some of her lyrics. Anybody ever listen to her lyrics and just sing some of the words that she's saying and understand what she's saying? Because sometimes we just sing songs and we don't quite understand. But when I listened closer to her lyrics, I said, okay, she's like, she's been in a relationship or she's been hurt and she's just getting over it. She's moving on. And I know the live stream is being messed up. I'm recording. We're racist. It's not racist loving yourself. But anyways, I said when I heard Lizzo, I said I'm gonna listen to this chick. But I didn't like her behavior, so I continued looking and listening. And eventually, what I thought did happen. There were a whole lot of people that started coming after her because she was getting too popular. But some of Lizzo's antics, oh my. I was like, put on some clothes, Lizzo. I like your music, but I don't think she has to be half naked to do that. But then I thought, when I look at Beyonce's video, have you ever seen Beyonce perform? Or Janet Jackson? Or Toni Braxton? Or any of those young ladies? Or Nicki Minaj? Do y'all ever notice what they're wearing? And I said, okay, that's when I clearly understood. And I clearly understood that this is a thing that has to do with her being a big girl. Because these other ladies are half naked as well. And they are performing. And they're not getting this kind of feedback that she's getting. Now, Lizzo is going too far with that disgusting language and behavior. But I like her music. The next thing that got me, though, I saw this Jillian dude. Oh, excuse me. Jillian, she's I think she's the one from The Biggest Loser. And she was commenting on The View about Lizzo's health. And they asked her about her health. And she commented, I seen so many black people that was supporting Jillian. Oh, Lizzo is so unhealthy and she's not good for black people and so forth and so on. And I kept thinking, oh my God, the hypocrisy. And I was like, this is so hypocritical. Now, I think we have a right to call anyone on their behavior. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Call people on their behavior. But what they were doing was calling out her looks. And I mean, they were tearing her to pieces. I'm talking about us, our people, her people. And when Jillian responded, all of our people kind of got behind Jillian. But then I'm thinking, really? She was saying that she was unhealthy. But is Jillian healthy? I mean, Jillian, let's be honest. I think she's mentally unhealthy because Jillian believes it's okay to marry a woman. She is a woman. And yeah, why Lizzo? And you had so many other big white women or other women that you could have responded to. I truly believe that this was because she's a fat black woman. Yeah, her behavior is bad, but you can't deny that's talent because we call other people who can't sing as well talented. Right, CDJ, you are correct. I agree. It was about her behavior, not her weight at all. How she's acting and talking right and twerking and doing inappropriate stuff. You are exactly right. Jillian was not the one, I don't think, just because she has what they call it, she's a health expert. Well, health experts know that you should examine people. You are not a doctor. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret that you may not already know. If you are skinny, you are not always healthy. That doesn't mean that you are healthy. Skinny people walk around with AIDS. Skinny people have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and various other health disorders. So to simply look at someone because they are skinny and imply that they are healthy is a problem. You're not healthy. You're not all healthy. Everybody that's commenting on Lizzo's weight, you're not necessarily healthy yourself. And sometimes we forget what health incorporates mentally, physically, morally, and spiritually. All of us cannot claim to be completely healthy. If you are not a doctor, you don't have any right to comment on her health. Yes, you can say she is fat. You can say somebody is skinny. That's an observation, but you don't know her health unless you have examined her. But we do know that Jillian, to me, exhibits unhealthy behavior because she thinks that it's okay to marry a woman, and she thinks that it's okay to rear our black children and teach that unhealthy behavior to them. This affects us in the long run when we allow others to rear our children and teach them that kind of behavior, because when you can't and you don't choose to marry a person of the opposite sex, you cannot continue your race. How are you going to procreate and multiply with that kind of thinking? So I think Jillian needs a mental health checkup. And she needs to get all of that in order before she comes for anybody else. And I think if she really cared about Lizzo's health, she would have went to Lizzo. And she's not the moral authority to be speaking on anyone else. Muchacho says, I work with skinny people who are diabetic and have high blood pressure. Right. And I know my husband, where he worked, there are all these skinny people. He said, oh my God, I didn't realize how much people have health issues. He said, all these little skinny people in there, they have a little area where people can go when they're not feeling well. He said those people suffer with high blood pressure, and these are skinny people. They have all kind of issues, even heart disease. So we can't just say that because she's fat, she can't be healthy. Of course, we should all try to be as healthy as we can be, but stop being hypocrites. Stop thinking that because you are thin or because you have mutilated yourself or have put it into your mind that you are somehow better equipped to determine somebody's health by looking at them, that you can speak on this lady's behalf. Let's talk about her behavior. Let's just talk about her behavior, because her behavior is bad. But don't try to knock fat black women. I love fat black women, just like I love skinny black women. You are all my sisters, okay? So let's not disrespect fat black women. Muchacho says she thinks that she's trying to show white people that she's safe. I think so too, and I think a lot of what she's doing is based on her handlers, that they are trying to make a name for herself. Get her out there so she is more popular to everybody. But I think it's gonna hurt her emotionally in the long run. Yes, right. I think that's true too. They don't pose a threat to him. And I don't know. I kind of feel some sympathy for Lizzo because I don't like when people bully others, and I kind of feel like that's what many of them are doing. I think they should let Lizzo, because you're not going after Nicki Minaj. I don't hear you saying anything. What's the other one? The one that Nikki, I'm gonna use your name, but Nikki, you put up a picture on her social media where she showed this lady. What's her Meg? What's her name? And it looked like a man. I mean, I think it's a lady. I think it's a man. What's her name? Nikki? Meg the Stallion, whatever they call her. But anyway, I don't hear them calling out these kind of women that are half naked. Let me hear y'all call them out when they're exposing themselves. Call them out. And then call out Lizzo. I understand that. Who's posing nude? Oh, I remember that. I think I remember something when they said she accused a black woman of stealing her food and blasted her name all over the internet. Now, I do see her picture cover, but have you seen one with Janet Jackson? Janet Jackson did videos where she was actually nude swimming. I haven't heard anybody speak on that. And then I saw when Toni Braxton was performing. Do you see some of the clothes they wear? It's not just, come on now. We need to be fair. I think she's being called out because she's fat. That's it, Meg the Stallion. That's what it is, Nick. And I think, I'm not certain, but from that, it could have been doctor. It looked like a trans person. I think that's a trans person because when she was dancing, something was shaking. But anyway, what I'm saying is there are just as many skinny women that are doing some of the stuff that Lizzo is doing, but we don't call them out. We don't say you need to put on some clothes because some of us like what we see. But we need to call all of them out. Let's be fair now. Lizzo is fat. And that's why many people have a problem with Lizzo. Because she's a fat black woman. But I want to encourage my fat sisters, love yourself. Now let's call them out on that behavior, but let's keep from the insults. I mean, you can have your opinion, but I'm saying we're insulting her simply because she is a fat black woman. What'd you say? Nicki Minaj body parts fake. Most of us, a lot of them, if you listen to them, they will admit that they have fake body parts. But those are just some of the issues to me that were of concern. Now, one other issue that I was listening to on Psycho's channel with Renee, and that's my favorite channel, if I must admit, and they were talking about mixed people being looked at as light-skinned people. And for years, we have always accepted that if you had a drop of black blood, you were considered to be black. But I have to say that today, we don't hate those people, let me just say. Yeah, back to love. Her behavior is disrespectful. Yeah, I do think the handlers are doing stuff purposely. I do. But as I was saying, we are looking at some of our light-skinned people, and now we're calling mixed people, light skinned people. And it is a bit confusing, but that was one of the subjects that I thought was a very interesting topic on, I think it was yesterday. Psycho did that. That was very interesting to me because it is confusing. And I want to know, how do y'all think we should handle that? Is it okay to accept our the mixed people that are 50% black and 50% white or 50% whatever as black? Is that okay? Is that okay? Is it acceptable to call them light skinned? And if we can call them light skinned blacks, my question is, why can't we call them white? You're 50% white and you're 50% black. Shouldn't we be able to call them white also if we can call them black? Back to love is black man plus black woman equals black child, and I am 100% with you, sister, brother. If you believe that, I am with you because it is true. Now, my thing was, because it is so confusing now, sometimes when you see them, some of them do look like light skin, but there's always some little inkling that lets us know. And I was just wondering, is it acceptable or should we just all put them in a separate category? That doesn't mean we hate anybody. Right, Tisha Campbell is light skinned and Alicia Keys is biracial. Yeah, and you can see the difference because I wouldn't accuse Tisha of being mixed. She doesn't look mixed to me. But it just was an interesting discussion that I took part in, and I would have to agree that it's okay to separate the two. We're not saying we're separating families, but I think it's okay to give them their own category. Why can't we call them another race, CDG? Light skinned biracial. I don't think there's a such thing as light skinned biracials. We don't call white people a light skinned white and a dark skinned white. We just call them white. I do agree, muchacho. They are attempting to replace us. And that's why I think it's not a bad idea to define them into their own group. Because if it's not a black and a black conceiving children and making black children, you are not making black children. You're making children with black in them. But I don't think they should be classified as black. And it's almost, I think it's a bit of an insult. Almost, not that these people are insulting, but an insult for white people to say that we can consider you, even though you're half white and half black like Obama, but we'll say Obama's black, even though 50% of his blood is white, but you won't accept him as white, but it's okay to call him black. I think that is further white supremacy. So I agree. Perhaps there should be a separate category, which doesn't mean we separate you. I'm just saying to specify your origins. And I see nothing wrong with that. But I just thought that was a very good discussion. I don't know how I ended. I had to check out, but that was a good discussion. Now, there were you have relatives with light skin, freckles, and red. Honey, I think we all got that because I got nieces with skin, and they have two black parents, two dark skinned parents that come out light. We have blue eyes, gray eyes, green eyes in my family, and we're black people. I like to say we 100% black people because I'm sure there's some race mixing somewhere down the line. But because it's not in my immediate family, I still wonder, where does that come from? But it's within our DNA, I guess, since we are the mothers and fathers of civilization. Right, they preserve their whiteness, but they want to tell us that we can't preserve our blackness. You're right, CDG. Exactly right. it to me it's hypocrisy, and it's I think it's all having to do with that white supremacy thing. That's what is at the root of it, because these people should clearly be called white if they can be called black. But those were just a couple of topics that I found interesting, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. And then they're saying that, did you all know that Mike Tyson was the father of 8 children? Go ahead, back to love. He said, we are not the dumping ground for wayward swirlers. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. But did y'all read some of the stuff that Mike Tyson said? I wonder what is his angle here. Do you think he has another reason for coming forward with this? I would like to know what that reasoning is. I don't know. I think he's married to, I think she's mixed. Exactly. Just because you're not white doesn't automatically make you black. Now I agree with that. But that was very interesting yesterday, and I just enjoyed participating in that. But Mike Tyson he's a father of 8 children. Ugh. I wonder how many different women. And then, do y'all see how they like to refer to women as bitches? Their wives, their children of their mothers as bitches. Oh, one died. How unfortunate. But he's married to this young lady. I think her name is Lakeisha. Lakeisha? What is it? Lakia Spicer. Oh, that's his 3rd wife. And he's been married to her since 2009. He said 2009, okay. Say he's only been faithful to 2 of them, which goes back to what Lonnie Love was saying. What do y'all think about that? Do you think Lonnie Love had a point? Just a little, maybe 0.5% or 10%? Do you think Lonnie Love had a valid point? And maybe we don't like the way she said it. Is her point valid? He's a lot smarter. I mean, that's a good question though to ask people. But he's back to love thinks that Mike's a lot smarter than people know. Because I'm wondering, what is his angle here? Why is he saying this now? What has happened to make Mike want to speak about it now? And then he admits to physically abusing 2 of his first 2 wives. Okay. Oh, I did remember them saying that one of his daughters died from a cord wrapped around her neck. I just wonder, is he coming out with something new? Why is this so important now that he mentioned? He said he want to know why his children are not attracted to black people. That's a horrible thing to even say. It was an opinion. What Lonnie Love said, I'm going to go to it. I'm going to find out what she said. Because it stirred up a lot of controversy. I mean, people were calling her all kinds of names. Okay. Let me see. Oh, she was saying that a lot of black men don't know how to be faithful. She said that a lot of black men really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way. Now, you know, it's a little bit of truth to that. Some of them, I'm not saying all black men, I'm not accusing my men of that. But somebody said she was, and like Nikki said, specifically talking about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart did cheat, but not just Kevin Hart. Y'all know we can go down the list. But she was saying that it's because we are descendants of slavery, and because our families were broken up, that we still do not have an idea of how to have togetherness because our families were broken up. And oh my, she got a lot of backlash on Twitter and on a lot of social media. I mean, they were talking about her. But then I seen a picture somebody posted of her where she was kissing her Caucasian boyfriend. Look, muchacho said. Now, I don't think that is completely true, but I think there's some truth to what she said. We can't deny it. There are a lot of cheating men, but there's a lot of cheating women too. But we cannot say that slavery did not impact us on how we deal with each other and how we are when we engage in relationships. I think it has an effect because remember, of course, they would take black men from plantation to plantation to impregnate black women, and they never had to play a role in their lives. We, in the children's life or the lives of the women. Look at Back to Love says, when you hop the fence, stay over there. Your opinions, much like your presence, isn't needed. Oh, okay. I'm getting a lot of good information. Muchacho says Mike's daughter died from being on a treadmill, the cord from it wrapped around her neck. Oh my, that's horrible. Yeah, but I think Lonnie is lonely. Back to Love. I really do. I think she wants she's with the white man, and that is her choice. But I do think she desires a black man, but she wants a faithful black man. I don't think black women wrong for wanting a loyal black man that doesn't cheat, that I can rely upon to stay with me if I am birthing your children and dedicating my life to you. What's wrong with expecting that from our men? I mean, they were digging her up, but you can't throw all, no, and I don't think she intended to throw all black men under the bus. Right, and I do think slavery is imprinted on our DNA, CDG. And I think a lot of our behavior and what we're seeing today, I think is an effect of slavery because, come on, I'm looking at black families today and I'm trying to wonder, are we better off than we were 50 years ago, 20 years ago as far as black families? Are we? I see a lot of black women when I'm looking on social media and just talking to them. And even in my own family, I see a lot of black women who want a good black man. But they want these black men to be protectors and providers. And I say, black women, you're not wrong for expecting that and to be loyal to them. And people say, well, that's just what men do. I don't think that's just what men do. Right, Beckham. I agree with you with that. You can't put down the black man and then go choose his oppressor to comfort you. But it's like you're leaving us. I ain't gonna say us because that ain't for me. But you're leaving many black women. They don't have a choice. If we have our men who are choosing non-black women, what are they to do? They don't want to be lonely. They want to procreate and have a normal life. What choices are you giving them? But Lonnie has been wanting a man, and many black women. I was looking at what is her name, Gabrielle Sidibe, and I see she has a non-black boyfriend. That's true. Exactly, CDG. How are you gonna talk about it? Then you're with the very man that is at the root, the descendants that are at the root of our destruction and has contributed. They cause some of the pain that we're dealing with today. I don't understand that. I don't understand others who date out. I honestly don't. I like to talk to them and try to, kind of put my head around it, but I don't understand it myself. But I'm learning and I'm willing to listen to what they have to say, but I don't support it. But I'll listen to you. I don't hate you if that's what you do, because I understand that people get lonely. But I want to fully understand what is the thinking behind this. Why is it okay? You have a choice in everything in life except exactly. And like I say, black love does have to be revolutionary. We have to be willing to stand up on that and be loyal to that. Because I think, as we spoke of yesterday, eventually we will be breeding ourselves out if we continue on the road that we are on. And another thing I'm thinking is, how do we prepare our next generation to accept their own, to choose, to continue your own species? How do we embed within them the importance of that? Because if not, I don't think um, black people, and I know people say, oh, that's a dominant gene, but you only have to look at some of the people that have gone on and left and decided to intermingle with non-black people, and they're pretty much gone. They're pretty much gone. And then I think about how bad white supremacy has been for us when I look at, and I don't know these people personally. This is strictly my opinion. Right, Nikki. People get lonely. And I don't, that's how I feel about Lonnie. And forgive me, I may be wrong. But that's what I feel about Lonnie. And that's what I feel about a lot of black women. Yes, she's lonely. I do think she was lonely because, oh, but I jumped so quickly. I was talking about Gabrielle Sidibe. I see she is with someone and she looks very happy. But did you all recall how people, our black men, were responding to Gabrielle? And you cannot tell me, if someone comes into your life after you have been mistreated and rejected by your own, comes into your life and see good in you and want to be with you, even if it's kind of dishonest. If Gabrielle Sidibe sees this and she's happy, you're not going to tell me that she's not going to attempt, even though she may be reluctant. Because women, we need our counterpart. We want to be with men. Who procreate with them? Back to love. Who are you talking about? Oh, right. We need to procreate, and we should always be seeking out our own. I'm sorry. I'm just one of those black women. I love black men. I love my black people. And as my sister would say, my third sister would say to me, she said, black men, you can't live with them and you can't live without them. That's a shout out to you, Lily. She said she can't live with them, but she ain't gonna live without them. Yeah, they're not checking for, but she got a dude now, Nikki. She has. I saw some pictures of her on the internet. Oh yeah, sometimes that stuff is embedded. But I tell my babies, and I mean it, do not dilute my DNA. You might be right, CDG. Yeah, but I would love to see us prosper and grow as a family. I love seeing black families and black babies. Oh my God, they are so beautiful. I love me a black baby. We got to do the work of mending ourselves, and it's hard to do. Yes, ma'am, Nikki. Yes. Right, muchacha. We do. We got to make self adjustments and move on. It was horrible, Nikki. I feel for you, sister. But hang in there. Hang in there. Sometime I mean, because I'm telling you, I'm going to share something with you. I live in an area. In this area, right, muchacha. You're right. But I live in an area that it's a mixed area. But I go to this store to shop that I love because it has the best quality food to me. And once I was going um into the store, and there was this Caucasian fellow, and I got a parking spot, and he get out, and he said some unkind words to me, and we got into a little talking back and forth to each other as we sometimes do. And he said to me, when he said he would kick my black so and so, and I was, black women how we are sometimes. I'm like, you ain't gonna touch me, honey. And I went in the store and I saw him get out and get in the store. And when I walked in this particular store, I'm there often. I saw him, and he looked at me, and I was like, he better not come this way. But my husband wasn't with me. But anyways, there were a lot of black men in there. But I was saying to myself, these black men in here with white women. I said, if this dude come this way, I don't know if I can expect them to defend me. So I said, I better get my stuff. And the thought that I had, I felt bad for saying it, but it's a shame that we have to question that nowadays, because there was a time when there was no question. If you were around black men, you never had to question your safety. You knew that they were like, you're going to leave that sister alone. But today, I don't know. There have even been incidents in other areas where I can recall being in a Kroger's, and that little self-checkout, and it was around Christmas time, and I was standing there. A group of Caucasians were talking like a family met up, and I'm waiting for the next checkout. So they're talking, nobody's moving, so I go ahead. And when I went ahead, one of the white guys turned around and said, "Hey, what you go ahead for? We're in line." And I said, "You all are in a group talking and nobody moved." And then I'm going to tell you what happened. He walked toward me, and my husband, who's my hero, my husband just simply walked in and stood by me, and I didn't even have to open my mouth. Do you know that this man said Merry Christmas when he saw my husband? Someone said, we need our black men, and I feel very, very safe when I'm with my husband. And I love black families, and I want to encourage all of you within the sound of my voice. Accept your own and be yourself. We have to. We got to build stronger black families. And I hate to see any of my sisters seeking out what they should have naturally. There should not be any sister looking for a black man or a good black man. There should be an abundance of them. And they are out here. And my husband gets on me. He said, don't say they're not out here. I'm just looking at what I see and hear my own black sisters say, but they are out here. And I don't want us to give up hope, because I know a plethora of black men that are seeking the same sisters, but I'm sure because of distance, where you are, where they are, you can't meet. But I certainly wish you could, because we have to unite and build. And when I say build, I'm talking about building a complete utopia. I believe in building homes, schools, businesses. We have to unite and build. And at the root of building is building families. So we need the black man and the black woman to make black babies. Back to love saying, I don't start trouble. I don't. If I can't be with a black woman, then I will die alone. Excuses are for the weak. All right, back to love. Be one. I don't start trouble at the grocery store. Nikki. But I didn't even speak to my husband. But my husband is a very tall man. He's I love my husband. But anyway, he don't say very much. He just walked near me. He didn't even know what was going on. And that guy did a 360. But I was just thinking, what would he have done if my husband wasn't there? We cannot deny the importance of good men and good husbands. They hugged up in there. Hugged up in the house with whom, Nikki? Who are they hugged up with? Nikki, I think Mr. Right is out there for you. And I'm going to send you good vibes so he will come to you. If you have no black man, I'd rather just be alone if I have no black man. I don't like my sisters being alone. We weren't meant to be alone. There are black men. Even if we have to come together to unite and find a way to get the black men that are seeking with the black women that are seeking, we have to find a way to unite the black men with the black women so we can make black families and black societies. We gotta find a way, y'all. And y'all hear this, y'all? I'm from the South, if you didn't know. I'm right here in Georgia. So I say y'all a whole bunch. I don't want anybody, any of my sisters to be alone. It's just too many men that are seeking. It's like they're in different places in life, but everybody needs someone. And I don't think God made us to be lonely. That's why he made the female and the male, so we wouldn't be lonely. We just have to make the effort to get together and unite so we can find those people. And you can find your mate for life. They have protected you. Oh, Nikki, isn't that good? I love black men, I can't lie. And yeah, sometimes they get a tough rap. And 285. Oh, I got a confession. I love tall men. No, I love my tall man. That's right, muchacha. That's right. I agree with you, muchacha. We have to. Muchacha said that she thinks a huge part of the problem with black men and black women where relationships are concerned is that we tend to jump in without really loving ourselves first. We do need our men. Yeah, but you know, muchacha, it's something that on both sides we're dealing with, because I honestly believe a lot of our black men are not in tune with one another. I mean, with their natural themselves who they really are. I think they've been tampered with so much. So they think it's them, but it's somebody else's brain functioning, if you know what I mean. We've been victims of propaganda so long that we don't honestly know or understand what it means to be men or women for that matter. And we don't understand in relationship sometimes that it's give and take. Oh yes, rushing into stuff too quickly. But it's fun getting to know people who are on the same level that you are. Individualism is a branch of white supremacy. Hmm. I believe that to a degree because we do need one another. And this is how we further our nation building when we unite together and we see a member of the opposite sex that we want to continue on and make family with. Are you from South? Oh, your mom's side is from Southeast Georgia? I'm in the Georgia woods, honey. I'm in the Georgia woods. But my husband loves the country. Yeah, but I think we have to build more strong black families. And I don't like this some of these things they do to connect people, but we're gonna have to as black people in order to stop this loneliness. Because I believe there's just as many lonely black men out here as there are black women. I think we just have to find a way to come together. I think as we come together and unite more, that we can find mates and build these strong black families. Because I love it when I see black people. I love it when we go. Yes, the family is broken down badly. But sometimes when you're trying to speak, just unite with black people. Black people sometimes can be so rude. And I cannot stand when I'm out and about and I'm always smiling at people because I love my black people. And I tell everybody I'm from the South. You know what we say? Hey y'all. And so, how y'all doing? That's how we speak. How y'all doing? And sometimes you speak, and honey, sometimes you get some of the weirdest looks or some of the responses, but you know I do not care. I still speak to them because I know that our people have been broken, and that mentality we have, that's not our own. That's something that we learned over the course of history, and we have to learn how to unite and come together. We got to build our own nation. And what I mean, that doesn't mean we can go off into a separate land, which is fine too. But what I say when I say building our own is coming together. We can build communities. What's wrong with building a community, a subdivision where everybody within that community, a subdivision, have a good understanding? You know everybody. Your children can walk freely because nobody's going to touch them. We got to get back to building that village. Yes, CDG. Who wrote that? Oh, that's Muchacha. Yeah, we should have our own courses in relationships. I agree. She said kind of like a rites of passage that starts around age 12 and goes through age 19 or 20. I certainly agree with you. I agree totally. We need that. In our men, we need to train our sons, our babies. We should start grooming them from little children when they're little babies. How to be righteous men and not how to be disrespectful. I get so sick of hearing men refer to women as bitches. And I know that some women have accepted that, but to me it just does something to me. I don't like hearing that. We gotta change. I don't like when black men call women bitches. It's to me it's just, I'm from the old school, I guess. It's just disrespectful. We have to start looking at each other and valuing each other. And knowing that if there is no you, there is no me. We need each other. And we just have to commit. We're going to have to commit to changing the way things are because I don't want the next generation having to um, be exposed to some of the stuff that I was exposed to. He says he thinks people are friendlier in the South. That's CDG. Okay, I'm sorry. You missed the South? Oh, Nikki, you're such a sweetheart. I thank you, Nikki. You are a true sister. And I want to thank everybody who decided to join the chat today. I just had some things I wanted to talk about, and if anybody else wanted to speak on something, you are more than welcome to. You still being suckered, muchacha? We're still being suckered. I know a lot of females that probably got or know males who want black females and are interested in black females. How do we get to them? Right, muchacha. We can't be rushing into stuff. But it's good getting to know members of the opposite sex. That falling in love thing is good. It's good for us. And that's a good opportunity to get to know who it is that you like or who you're interested in. What did you say? Okay, muchacha said was suckered by people who actually have a whole history of hatred towards their women and the family structure. Amen, muchacha. Right. Oh my goodness, that is the truth. We leave media to raise our children. That's true. But muchacha, you are so right. I believe in the family structure and I want to encourage it all day, every day within the black community because it has been, it's at the root of any nation, family. We have to understand the importance of family. Have we been suckered? we have. We have, muchacha. But I just want to share those issues. Dr. Rick Wallace and his wife. Yes, that's how the bitterness happens. Yes, you are hurt and you don't know how to recover. It is how the bitterness happens. It is. But I mean, what I like to say is sometimes people can be hurt and they can be hurt so bad and they'll feel like it's just a waste of time to attempt to enter in any kind of relationship. But I don't encourage that. I would tell you there's always, sometimes people prepare you for other folks or something better. Sometimes that hurt prepares you for something better. But I'm down with family, and I want to encourage everybody else that's black. Build family. That's how you build nations. There's no other way to build a good nation without a black man, a black woman, and black children. That's how you build your nation. You need to have family as the basis. And in order to have families, we got to know how to connect with each other and how to build a good relationship. So, muchacha, you're right. We need some training. I know in the Nation of Islam there are MGT classes what the MGT where they get trained on how and what to do, and then there is the FOI training, and it needs to be done on a bigger level where you're not necessarily in the nation, but all of us can stand to learn. Yes, we need that mental support. And it has been taken away from us what is in our nature, how to treat each other and conduct ourselves and how to build strong relationships. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with us coming together and coming up with that plan to better ourselves and our families and our relationships. Because I want everybody to be as happy as I am. Because I am happy with my relationship. And I would love for everyone else to be as happy. It's a good thing. When you find yourself a good woman or a good mate, it's a good thing. But you gotta have people that love themselves too. That's another thing. We have to. I can't reiterate that enough. We gotta embed that within ourselves, within our children. We have to learn to accept our own. There's no other way to say it. A good site to check out is Black and Married with Kids. I will look into that. And I've been married 27 years. I've been with my husband 30 years, over 30 years. It's and I've been happy. And I don't believe that all of a sudden we cannot communicate with each other and build good relationships. I just don't believe that. I'm not buying that. We've been here for centuries before other people were even on the planet, and we knew how to conduct ourselves in relationships and be a family, even though a lot of that was taken from us. What's wrong with us starting anew, setting our own narratives? But I want to thank everyone who joined me today. I have enjoyed speaking with you. This has been Social Sunday, and I am here every Sunday at 2, sometimes 2:30, because I have to cook dinner in advance. However, I am here, and I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram, which I don't use a whole bunch on Instagram, but I'm there. And I want to encourage you to accept your own and be yourself. And I just thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that you will join me next Sunday at 2 p.m. for Social Sunday, where we get to chat about anything that's in the news that is of concern to you. You are free to speak on it. I would love to hear your opinion. I want to thank you all for joining me. And I will see you next time on Discussions with Dena.